I'm a huge fan of nootropics. I think that they have a place in society, especially since we are on the go all the time as consumers. Me running two businesses, I need something that's going to improve mental clarity, focus, and alertness to help me get shit done. This product here helps me get shit done. Welcome inside FitnessInformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. I'm Fitness Informant founder and CEO Ryan Buckeye here with another 100% honest, no bullshit review, this time of a category that is booming in popularity, actually one of my favorite categories out there currently today, and that's the category of nootropics. Today we're going to talk about MuscleSport's Flow State Energize, their first ever nootropic that the brand has launched under their flagship umbrella. So today we're going to talk about MuscleSport Flow State on 5 different categories. First, we're going to talk about the ingredient profile. What is in Flow State Energize that makes it a nootropic? Second, we're going to talk about effectiveness. Third, we're going to talk about flavor. Fourth, mixability. And then finally, we're going to talk about value on this particular product. So let me just start by saying that, again, I'm a huge fan of nootropics. I think that they have a place in society, especially since we are on the go all the time as consumers. Me running two businesses, I need something that's going to improve mental clarity, focus, and alertness to help me get shit done. This product here helps me get shit done. So let's dive into the ingredient profile here and drive down this supplement facts panel for you. The first ingredient we start with is a full gram of tyrosine. Tyrosine, getting in popularity, it's an amino acid that's used in a lot of different products, particularly pre-workouts, and again here in nootropics at a gram that helps improve cognition and brain function. So I like the gram dosages. We've seen it up to 2 grams before, but I think a gram works well here. Next ingredient is taurine, used at 750 milligrams. What a lot of people don't know is taurine is super important in terms of brain development, especially as early as an embryo into your adulthood. So it helps with neurotransmission. Typically, we talk about taurine as an electrolyte regulator. It helps increase and improve performance, and that is all true, but also taurine can help with brain functionality. So this is at 750 milligrams. We would typically see this around a gram, but given that this is a nootropic and given that we're not looking to necessarily improve athletic performance, I think 750 is probably okay. Next ingredient here is my favorite choline molecule. It's Alpha-GPC at 300 milligrams. Now, there's one thing here that's unclear. Is it 300 milligrams of total yield, or is it 300 milligrams of Alpha-GPC at a 50% yield? That's not clear on the label, so I'm not entirely sure. We do like 300 milligrams of full all-in yielded Alpha-GPC. Alpha-GPC, as I mentioned, my favorite choline molecule, has been shown in studies to improve brain functionality, has been shown to improve your ability to learn, just a lot of good things around that particular choline molecule. The next ingredient here is Dmae at 250 milligrams. Dmae has been studied up to 600 milligrams before, but I like this dosage of Dmae. It has been shown to improve cognition, and you see it in a lot of pre-workouts now, you see it in a lot of nootropics, and you see it here in Flow State Energize. Gaba, the next ingredient used at $150, 150 milligrams. Now, Gaba, or Gaba, when used at higher dosages, you're going to typically find that in a sleep aid. And what that does is it helps you go to sleep, obviously, but it helps you release more naturally occurring HGH in your body. Now, at lower levels like $150, what Gaba can do is it can help alleviate stress and anxiety. So if you want to improve focus and mental clarity, and you're trying to get shit done, a lower dosage of Gaba can help improve clarity through the reduction of stress and anxiety. Kanna and Huperzine-A, which yields 40% L-Dopa at 150 milligrams. So if you do the math, 40% L-Dopa, it gives you 60 milligrams of L-Dopa. I like that. L-Dopa is the precursor to dopamine. Dopamine is that chemical in the brain that your body releases that gives you that feel good. It's like when your phone goes off via text message and it's from that pretty girl you've been waiting to hear from, right? Dopamine goes through your body, you're excited, you feel good. That is what L-Dopa does. Solid dosage of Kanna and Huperzine-A right here. Rhodiola rosea, used at 100 milligrams. Rhodiola it helps fight fatigue. So it's an anti-fatigue agent when it comes to physical and mental fatigue. So if you think about it, you've been trying to hit that deadline, you've been trying to get your work done throughout the day, you are going to be mentally fatigued. Rhodiola, a solid ingredient, one of my favorites, used here at a pretty respectable dosage. The last ingredient in the flow state simulator and scattered brain annihilation matrix, it's a kind of a funny name here, is Kanna. So Kanna used at 12.5 milligrams. Kanna, various forms of Kanna like Kanna Ease is out there to help relieve stress and puts you kind of at an easy state. Too much of this can, not be good, but 12.5 milligrams of Kanna is sufficient here. Next ingredient now as we hop into the next matrix here, this is the Flow State Amplified Xanthan Energy Complex. So what this is basically your stimulant complex. You get 200 milligrams of a caffeine complex, which consists of caffeine anhydrous, dicaffeine malate, and gotu kola, which I've never heard of before. Basically, you're getting two forms of caffeine here, caffeine anhydrous, which hits quick, and then dicaffeine malate, which is going to be more of a smooth state energy, so that way you're not going to get a crash. 200 milligrams of caffeine or stimulants here in combination with the above nootropics that we talked about, I think is a good mixture. Theobromine used at 100 milligrams, stimulatory-like effects, very similar to caffeine, can help improve alertness. Theanine used at 50 milligrams. Now, theanine at a too high of a dosage can actually be bad. It can basically help you go to sleep. This combats the jitters and some of the things that stimulants can give people, whether it be anxiety or, like I mentioned, jitters. So a good dosage here of theanine as well. Teacrine used at 25 milligrams. Now, we typically see teacrine at about 50 milligrams in combination with caffeine, but given the fact this is a lower stimulant product, I think 25 was probably their mindset behind it. I still wouldn't mind to see 50 in total because it's not a stimulant, but it acts very similar and it works very, very well with caffeine. And then the last ingredient here is Huperzine-A at 400 micrograms. Now, that's a massive dosage of Huperzine-A. We typically see this anywhere from 50 to maybe 200 micrograms, this being a nootropic. 400 is going to be through the roof. Now, too much Huperzine-A and too much Alpha-GPC can cause brain fog, but I think this is a good combination of what's going on here. The only thing missing in this formula, in my opinion, would be something to help with absorption, whether it be estrogen from New Live Science or even if it's BioPerine in that nature, but preferably estrogen because it's got better science behind it. But overall, a good formula. But you're not necessarily here saying, hey, Ryan, what's the formula like? Some of you are. Some of you just want to know, does this thing actually work? Is it going to help me get shit done? And the answer is yes. I use this, and I've actually used it before doing this video. I really like Flow State. I think it's a really solid product, probably one of the best performance powdered products that MuscleSport has launched outside their Lean Wheys in terms of actual effectiveness with some quality ingredients, that quality dosage behind it. I have definitely improved mental clarity, improved focus, and I really have that get shit done attitude. You're not overly stimmed. You're not going to fatigue out or crash. You have rhodiola in there to help you fight that mental fatigue. I really like this formula, and I use it almost daily here in the FIHQ. In terms of flavor, this one is Baja Splash. Now, it's their take on Baja Blast, which is the Taco Bell Mountain Dew flavor that people love. I actually love it as well. I don't really think this tastes much like that, to be completely honest with you. There's a lime hint to it, but then there's just like a different taste, and obviously you can't replicate the carbonation that you get in a soda, but it's a slight take on it. I don't think it's that close, but it's still pretty good. There's one slight, odd, weird thing about it. The front end tastes like, the Baja Splash or some of the lime. The back end, for whatever reason, I'm getting almost like of an Alka-Seltzer type of a flavoring. So like that chemical type flavoring. And it's a 6-gram serving size, quite a bit of actives in it. Maybe they're not using much of flavoring because they want to keep that low. I'm not sure. It's not bad. It's not something that I would like spit out at all. But there's just like a slight off taste, and it's a little off-putting as you swallow. In terms of mixability, you'll see it here on camera, the mixability test, 6-gram serving size. They don't give you directions on the label in terms of how much water they suggest you use. So I just did 8 ounces here in an ice shaker cup. It mixes fairly well, but one thing that you can't really see well here on the actual video is there's some dark colored particles that are floating towards the top of the rim of the glass when I pour it in, and there's some foam as well. I think this foam is kind of a contributing factor to that Alka-Seltzer type taste that I'm getting, and the particles are very small. Some ingredients are just not soluble in water, and that's okay. In terms of value, this retails for $49.99 on MuscleSport's website. And I know right away people are like, whoa, that's a little bit higher than some of the other nootropics I've seen out there. Well, wait a second, all right? Most of the nootropics, the effective nootropics, are about $2 a serving. So we're typically going to see something like a 40-20 serve for $39.99. Well, if it's a 40-20 serve, conventional wisdom is going to tell you that you're going to need to take 2 scoops. So it's going to basically be a 20 serving for $40, which is $2 a serving. In this case, is this truly a 30-serve container that retails for $50? So it's less than $2 a serving size. Couple that with promo code INFORMANT, that saves 25%. It's going to drop it below $40. It's going to be less than $2 a serving. Replace that Starbucks cup of coffee. Take something that's actually going to help improve your productivity throughout the day. bust your ass at work, leave an impression, make more money. That is my suggestion. But in terms of nootropics, I think MuscleSport did a really, really good job with Flow State. The one thing I'd like to see is some more flavoring. Right now, there's just a Baja Splash, and then there's the blueberry lemonade, but more flavoring. And I think this brand is onto something super special. That is a review right here at Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. Look below for a purchase link and that coupon code if you want to purchase this. Or if you want to take a deeper dive into the science behind the product, we have a written article over at fitnessinformant.com. Follow us on social media channels. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe now button here below to stay up to date with all new reviews here at FI. Check out our podcast. It's called the Iron Union Podcast. It's right here on YouTube and on all major podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, and more. And for more supplement reviews, rankings, news, deals, workout routines, and nutrition plans, visit us online at our official website, fitnessinformant.com.